So you're telling me that a credit card is more important than a child? That is beyond me.
So you just heard from a San Antonio mom there. She's shocked at one bill that's making its way through the Texas legislature. We're talking about Senate Bill 629.
The Night Team's Avery Everett shows us how this could actually lower the price tag for parents who aren't paying their child support.
Being a mom of 6 kids, that's a lot. It's not just your time, it's your money. And when you're by yourself and nobody's willing to help you, you know, where does it come from?
In the house she just moved into.
Okay, so this is my sister.
Veronica Posada put these family photos up first.
Family is everything.
But without consistent child support, she does a lot of the parenting and paying on her own.
I don't get that payment, which would allow us to be a little more stable.
Well, good morning. Committee on Jurisprudence will come to order. Will the clerk call the roll?
That's why legislation moving through the Texas Capitol right now has her and her attorney asking questions.
Who are we helping? It is really incomprehensible.
This is Senate Bill 629, and it was filed by State Senator Judith Zaffirini. She's a South Texas Democrat. The bill would lower the interest rate for overdue child support payments from 6% to 3%. In a bill analysis, Zaffirini said in part, quote, lowering the interest rate would make repayments more achievable, encouraging consistent payment behavior, especially among low-income earners.
We'll have more payments because the payments are more affordable.
She's gotten some support.
For many, this debt grows during times of crisis.
It's about making repayment possible.
But this bill has also had backlash.
As a district judge, having dealt with child support issues for decades, I find SB 629 is not in the best interest of children.
Enough to push senior visiting judge John Gabriel to write a letter to Senator Zaffarini's office.
I didn't think it was good policy or it was actually terrible policy, so I just want to let her know.
Did you get a response to your letter?
0.
I think it is horrendous public policy to make your women and children the least protected entity in the state.
Experts in the field and families with their own lived experience.
It's a burden to fight, and it's a burden not to fight.
Why is it so important for you to speak out against this bill?
There's no loan that you can get that's 3% and principal first.
Confusion and concern from some parents here in San Antonio as the clock counts down at the Texas Capitol.
Veronica, the woman I introduced you to, is working to get child support from the father of her children and also from her own dad. She told me he didn't pay child support to her mother for 25 years. And because there aren't time limits in Texas, she's now able to collect that.
All right, I noticed we saw her in a hearing, and I know you tried to get an interview with Senator Zaffirini before the story. She was unavailable. What did her team send you?
Well, she sent me a statement saying part of the reason she filed this was because of representatives from the Office of the Attorney General actually requested these changes. So then I reached out to the AG's office, and they told me they do not support or oppose specific legislation on any matter.
Okay, so we do know that the House had a companion bill on this, right?
Yep. This is a copy of it right here, and it actually passed through to the Senate, but it's been amended. The bill originally had that same interest rate drop to 3%, but it passed with a change that would set that interest rate to the amount determined by a state finance code, which we're told is actually more than 6%.
Okay. Avery Everett, thank you so much.
Thank you, Avery.